think, Marge. All I need is a title.
The First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution is perhaps the most important right specified by the document, in part because if the freedom of speech is infringed or taken away completely, the rest of the rights in the Constitution suddenly become less defensible once that first hole is poked into the wall that is the Bill of Rights. Todd Starnes is a commentator who currently works with Fox Radio. He has a radio show and also does some one-minute shorts for various radio stations, including our local talk station here in Laramie, KOWB. On January 25th, the Starnes one-minute short featured the story of Camden County, Missouri, where a picture of the Ground Zero cross hangs in the offices of the county clerk. At some point, this got the attention of the Freedom from Religion Foundation, who sent a letter to the county reminding them that religious displays run against the First Amendment. The county and some of its citizens are vowing to stand by the display, saying that the picture will stay where it is, whether a judge likes it or not. Here's the entire article on the matter from the Todd Starnes website. The Freedom from Religion Foundation has earned its reputation as a notorious group of atheists, agnostics, and freethinkers waging a wicked crusade against Christian symbols on public property. The Wisconsin-based group is especially fond of preying on small-town America, where many communities cannot afford to fight back against their baseless legal threats. But the Freedom from Religion Foundation may be having second thoughts about their latest targets, because the folks in Camden County, Missouri, plan to fight back. Last November, the Freedom from Religion Foundation sent a letter to the county clerk demanding that a painting depicting the Ground Zero cross be removed from a hallway. Rescue workers discovered 2 steel beams in the rubble of the Twin Towers that resembled a 17-foot-tall cross. The image brought hope and comfort to many Americans during those terrible days. But the Freedom from Religion Foundation said Camden County's September 11th memorial violates the Establishment Clause of the Constitution. Attorney Colin McNamara said that the cross is draped in cloth similar to crosses displayed at Easter, and a reasonable observer would view the displays in your office as an endorsement of religion, and they are accordingly unconstitutional. Regardless, local residents packed into the courthouse on Tuesday to demand that their elected leaders stand up to the out-of-town bullies. Quote, even if a federal judge should say that we are wrong, and even if a federal judge should say that we should remove it, the sheriff of this county and the people of this county should ensure that the painting is never removed, no matter what a judge tells us, local resident Ike Skelton told county commissioners. A second painting that raised the ire of the out-of-town atheists has already been relocated to a private area of the courthouse. That painting included a New Testament Bible verse, greater love hath no man than this, that one would lay down their life for another. Many residents in the standing room only crowd offered to pay the county's legal bills in the event of a lawsuit. They want to warn you that it's going to cost money and they hope you bow, Stacy Shore said in remarks reported by the Lake Expo newspaper. Don't operate from a place of fear. We're counting on you. If God be for you, who can be against you? But I sincerely doubt the good people of Camden County are going to have to spend a single penny defending their beautiful memorial. In 2014, a federal appeals court ruled that the inclusion of the actual 9/11 memorial cross does not violate the Establishment Clause of the Constitution. The court stated in American Atheists, Inc. versus the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey that the 9/11 memorial stands as, quote, a symbol of hope and healing for all persons, unquote. First Liberty Institute, one of the nation's top law firms handling religious liberty cases, sent a letter to county leaders urging them to ignore the rantings of the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Quote, clearly, if the 9/11 memorial itself is permissible under the Constitution, then a painting depicting that same memorial is certainly also permissible, Attorney Michael Berry wrote in that letter. Berry also noted that county employees were also permitted to display the second painting, the one adorned patriotic themes and a Bible verse. Quote, although the courthouse is a government building and a workplace, government employees nevertheless cannot engage in religious discrimination by permitting certain employee viewpoints to be expressed but not others purely because the disfavored viewpoints contain religious elements, Barry pointed out. It appears the battle lines have been drawn, and First Liberty Institute tells me they are prepared to assist commissioners if they choose to fight. As far as I can tell, the folks who live in Camden County, Missouri are hard-working, church-going patriots. They love God and they love their country. They are not looking for a fight, but the fight came to their front door and they are loaded for bear. Okay, now, one reaction I'll have is that it says here, although the courthouse is a government building and workplace, government employees are nevertheless cannot engage in religious discrimination by permitting certain employees' viewpoints to be expressed, but not others, purely because favored viewpoints contain religious elements. And that's the crux of the issue. You cannot put something on government property that supports one religious viewpoint over another religious viewpoint or no religious viewpoint. That's the whole point of that part of the First Amendment. Okay folks, a little disclosure here. Those of you who have checked out my videos on my YouTube channel will probably note that I am an atheist. Put simply, I do not believe that there is enough evidence to prove that a supreme being exists. This does not mean that such a supreme being might not be out there somewhere. It just means that there is no proof of that being. Either the supreme being never existed at all, or he is playing the world's greatest game of hide and seek. That being said, I am not approaching this story from the atheist point of view. If some national atheist organization wanted to set up an obelisk honoring science, I might have some of the same issues as I do with the picture of the Ground Zero cross being displayed in the offices of the Camden County Clerk. The First Amendment does not say, let's allow one display of religion because other people don't have a religion, and that counts as a religion, so it's fair. A person who expresses no religion expresses no religion. So I left a comment on the story's comments section saying that the Satanic Temple should be informed so that they can petition Camden County for permission to put up a display of Baphomet in the county clerk's office. If the county government wants to permit displays, they must permit all of them. I don't have a problem with the Ground Zero cross or a picture of it. It is an artifact that, if nothing else, symbolizes the strength of America as it rose from the ashes of the destruction that happened on September 11th. If the county wanted to establish a monument and put the display there, that would be excellent. However, displaying the picture on government property is patently against the First Amendment and should be stopped. And if the legal authorities have to go through some of the citizens of the area who insist on breaking the law because it is something that they like, more power to those who have to enforce the Constitution.